Hello everyone and welcome back to Thoughts on the Track. For the last 2 months I have provided my thoughts on 7 of the 8 tracks from Wave 5 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. Today we're on track number 8 and that is of course Tour Vancouver Velocity. Now since I've been doing track comparisons, you know what this one reminds me of? Well, given the snowy trees and the Aurora Borealis in the sky, aka Northern Lights, this one reminds me a lot of the Winter Animal Crossing track. Of course, we get a theme of snowiness and ice because this is Canada after all. But how does Vancouver Velocity fare, especially since I've been pretty critical of Mario Kart Tour tracks in the past? Well, fortunately, I think it's a track that Vancouverites like JJ McCullough can be pretty proud of. So let's get started by talking about the track design, eh? Now, with regard to how this track is structured, this is a bit of a mixed bag. I think there's a bit of a difficulty curve with Vancouver Velocity, and compared to some tracks I've talked about, that's actually a bit refreshing in a way. I discussed how overly easy I thought Sunset Wilds was among my other complaints about it, but in any case, some of the turns on Vancouver Velocity do just feel a bit shifty for lack of a better word. They're not super mini turbo friendly. Oftentimes I find myself doing a drift and then immediately having to course correct to the other side. There's a notable example of this at the end of lap 1. There is a beautiful gliding section and that's great and all, but you have this mushroom shortcut there right after. If you go through it, you have to immediately veer right so you don't crash into the wall on the left, making me wonder if it's even worth it. But I do like that gliding section, and I like the anti-gravity section on the bridge. And hey, I really like the Shy Guy skiing rink section. That certainly adds a unique touch to this city known for its winter sports. And when we talk about the track artwork, it's definitely a more positive outlook. I was playing through this again today and I think I underestimated just how beautiful this track was when I first played it. Maybe it's because it's the end of the Grand Prix or something, but playing it just by itself made me realize this track is pretty. I mentioned in the beginning the snowy trees and the northern lights, which I think truly just give you a cozy and warm vibe. But at the same time, this is Vancouver, it's a bustling city, and those lit up buildings truly are a beautiful complement to the nighttime sky. There's also mountains in the background and the Shy Guy Arena looks absolutely fantastic. My only wish is that you could be in there for longer. Apparently this rink is a representation of the Rogers Arena where the Vancouver Canucks play hockey, and I can tell you their rink is a lot bigger than that probably. But the fact that it is not to scale does not detract from the overall beautiful track artwork. Then when it comes to the music, I like it. It's interesting because it's quite energetic and catchy for a winter themed track. A lot of winter tracks will go for a cozy vibe with their music, kinda like DK Pass, Rosalina's Ice World, Frappe Snowland, and of course the aforementioned Winter Animal Crossing track. But nope, this track went more the DK Summit route. Now is the song as good or as energetic as DK Summit? No, it's a bit elevator-ish and has some of the blandness from its original Mario Kart Tour baked in there. But I certainly think this remake in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with live orchestration gave it a fuller, more robust sound. I compared the two briefly since I don't play a lot of Mario Kart Tour, and I think it's safe to say there was improvement from the original. And as I mentioned, I think it is decently catchy and energetic as well. So how does this track stack up overall with my ratings? Well, for the track design, I'm going to be somewhat generous and give it a 6 out of 10. I have my problems with the twisty and awkward turns, but there are some things the track gets right. Namely, the turn through the Shy Guy themed Rogers Arena is epic, albeit short, and I like the anti-gravity section on the bridge as well. As for the visuals, this is a pretty clear 9 out of 10 for me. It's not stunningly unique like the visuals from, Sky High Sunday or Squeaky Clean Sprint to get a perfect 10 out of 10. However, there really is nothing wrong with it. Between the gorgeous northern lights and the serene city lights, this is one you can't go wrong with. And then the music, that gets a 7 out of 10. It's an improvement from the Tour original where I can tell they put some effort in. So I put all these rankings in my old calculator, and there's no point deduction unlike last time with Koopa Cape where something really bothered me. So it comes out to an overall ranking of 7.3 out of 10. This is one of the better Tour remakes you'll find, and I was pleasantly surprised by it overall. Well, what are your thoughts on Tour Vancouver Velocity? Do you have some critiques on it that I haven't noted? What did you like about the track? Let me know in the comments. Of course, this is the last thoughts on the track for this wave, and since that's all I've been talking about for the last couple months, let's change it up for next week. I'll see you with a good thing, bad thing for F-Zero 99. Until then, bye-bye.